Have you ever watched a room tilt in your direction, without anyone raising their voice? Picture this. You enter a meeting, step into a tense hallway conversation, or sit down at a noisy dinner, and with a single steady sentence the energy changes. People lean in, the chaos cools, respect arrives, not because you demanded it, but because you carried it. Today on Stoicism Drive, we're going to practice exactly that kind of presence. Here's our promise. By the end of this video you'll have 5 compact phrases. Built like precision tools, simple, sharp, and surprisingly powerful. Used with intention, they quiet noise, neutralize ego, and make your words land with weight. Keep watching, because the third phrase often flips the power dynamic in seconds, and the fifth one frees you from the prison of other people's opinions without starting a fight. Before we begin, one guiding idea. Respect isn't hunted down with volume. It's cultivated through clarity, calm, and self-control. Don't spend your life arguing about what strength should look like. Be the example. Let your tone be measured. Let your boundaries be unmistakable. Let your mind remain yours. Phrase 1. I understand your point, but I disagree. At first glance, it seems ordinary, just polite conversation. Under the surface, it is a surgical move. Why? Because most arguments don't collapse under facts, they collapse under pride. The moment you blurt, "That's wrong," a wall goes up, hearing shuts down, survival mode kicks in, and the discussion becomes a contest of who can defend their identity louder. This phrase changes the terrain. I understand your point. You acknowledge the other person's perspective. You're not agreeing, you're demonstrating that you actually heard them. That alone melts a layer of defensiveness. Then the line lands, "But I disagree." No sneer, no eye roll, no performance, just a steady boundary. Visualize a boardroom where a risky plan is being sold as inevitable. Many either go quiet or ignite conflict. You take a breath, square your shoulders, and say, "I understand your point, but I disagree." The room doesn't erupt, it recalibrates. You didn't attack a person, you drew a line around an idea. You become the adult in the room, independent, thoughtful, not easily pushed. Practical tips. Lead with the mirror. Summarize their key point in one sentence before you disagree. Keep your cadence slow, pauses project poise. Offer an alternative after your boundary. Here's another way we could approach it. If pressed to justify immediately. Don't sprint, try. Happy to share my reasons. Do you want the quick version or the detailed version? Practice drill. Say the phrase out loud 5 times with different emotions removed, no sarcasm. No rush, no apology. Film yourself if needed. Your facial neutrality is part of the power. Phrase 2. I don't find that appropriate. 5 words, no lecture, no moral fireworks, just a clean door that closes when a line is crossed. What most people do when something feels off: laugh nervously, stay quiet, or even play along to keep the peace. The silent message becomes, "It's okay to treat me like this." This phrase flips that message in a single beat. Picture a dinner where a cheap joke lands on the table and eyes turn to you for approval. You set your glass down, breathe, and say, "I don't find that appropriate." Not loud, not heavy, clear. The laughter thins, the air steadies. You didn't attack anyone, you defended a standard. Dignity without drama. Micro scenarios where this shines. A colleague makes a comment about someone's body or personal life. A friend pushes a boundary you've already clarified. A stranger escalates a conversation with disrespectful language. Delivery notes. Keep eye contact soft, not punitive. Sit or stand tall. Spine communicates more than syllables. After the phrase, let silence do the work. Do not rush to justify. Safety valve. If someone challenges you, relax. It's just a joke. Respond with the gentlest repetition. I don't find that appropriate. Repeating the line is stronger than inventing a new speech. Phrase 3. Let's talk when we can do so respectfully. Some conversations turn into tug-of-war matches. Voices climb, interruptions multiply. Every word becomes a weapon and nobody leaves wiser. Most people either match the volume or retreat defeated. There's a third path: pause, breathe, and redirect the terms of engagement. Let's talk when we can do so respectfully. That sentence doesn't cancel the conversation, it upgrades it. You're not afraid of dialogue. You're refusing to subsidize disrespect with your attention. Imagine being cut off 3 times in a row. Instead of pleading for airtime or snapping back, you lift a hand slightly, steady your voice, and say the line. The room often goes quiet because you changed the rule set. You've named respect as the price of admission. People can come back in when they're willing to pay it. Technique. If someone insists on continuing, try. I'll step out now and revisit this at 3 p.m. when we're both clear-headed. Attach a time to signal you're not avoiding, you're stewarding the discussion. Pair the phrase with a boundary of format. Happy to proceed if we take turns and don't interrupt. If text or chat is the arena, type it exactly once and mute the thread for an hour. Space is a skill. Common fear. Won't I seem weak by not engaging? No. Composure is not retreat. It's choosing the battleground where truth has a chance to be heard. You're not walking away from the issue. You're walking away from the chaos. Phrase 4. I'd prefer not to continue this conversation. Not every battle deserves your oxygen. Some debates are designed to harvest your attention, not your insight. When you sense that spiral, circling points, baiting questions, moving goalposts, switch from defense to exit. Say it simply. I'd prefer not to continue this conversation. Those words shut a door without slamming it. You're not punishing, you're protecting your peace. Situations where this is essential. A repeat argument that never gets resolved because the goal isn't resolution. A discussion that keeps getting personal, even after you've redirected to the issue. A gotcha thread online built to provoke and screenshot, not to understand. Escalation plan if they keep pulling. Pair the phrase with a logistical boundary. I'm ending this here. If we need to revisit, send your main points in an email tomorrow and I'll respond once. You've now moved the fight from a shouting match to a paper trail, where clarity wins and theatrics fail. Mindset shift. Leaving a pointless debate is not losing, because the outcome of a rigged contest was never victory, it was exhaustion. The strongest person in the room is rarely the loudest. It's the one who can separate what matters from what drains. Phrase 5. That's your opinion. And I respect it, but I don't share it. There's a subtle form of pressure in modern life. Perform agreement to keep relationships smooth. Smile, nod, comply. The cost is quiet. Your own mind slowly goes offline. This phrase lets you keep connection without renting out your convictions. Use it when someone prescribes how you should live, work, parent, eat, vote, or love. Listen fully. Acknowledge what you heard, then land the line. That's your opinion. And I respect it, but I don't share it. It's not combative. It's not submissive. It's a declaration of intellectual independence with a bridge of respect still standing. Follow-ups that help. I'm glad we can see it differently and still get along. I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm just being clear about where I stand. Let's agree on the goal and allow different methods. Warning sign. If someone treats disagreement as disloyalty, you have information about the relationship. Your clarity won't always be celebrated, but over time it will be respected by the people who matter. Advanced techniques to deepen the effect. Voice. Lower your pace by roughly 10%. Start softer than you feel. End firmer than you think you need. People remember how a sentence lands more than how it begins. Breath. Inhale. Pause. Speak. That tiny pause keeps adrenaline from owning your tone. Posture. Unlocked jaw. Open chest. Grounded feet. Your body can de-escalate a conflict before your words do. Timing. Wait for the smallest opening before placing a boundary. Interrupting to set a limit often invites an escalation. Repetition. If challenged, repeat the exact phrase once. Consistency communicates certainty. You're not looking for new words, you're holding the line. Exit lines. Pair any phrase with a graceful close. Let's pick this up after lunch. I'm heading out now. We can continue by email. Closures prevent re-entry spirals. Common pitfalls and simple fixes. Over-explaining. The more you justify, the more you invite debate. Fix. Deliver the line. Then let silence do its job. Sarcasm. A sharp tone turns a boundary into an attack. Fix. Neutral face. Warm voice. Steady pace. Delayed boundaries. The longer you wait, the louder you'll need to be. Fix. Speak early while the problem is still small. Binary thinking. Disagreement isn't disrespect. Fix. Say the fifth phrase and mean it. Taking the bait. Some comments are hooks. Fix. Label the hook, not going there, and move on. Quick roleplay templates. Use word for word. I understand your point. But I disagree. What problem are we solving if we take that route? I don't find that appropriate. Let's talk when we can do so respectfully. I'm available later this afternoon. I'd prefer not to continue this conversation. Send me your main points in writing. That's your opinion, and I respect it, but I don't share it. A 1-minute daily rehearsal. Build the muscle. Stand comfortably and look straight ahead. Speak the 5 phrases in order. After each line, breathe on a 4-2-6 rhythm. Inhale for 4. Hold for 2. Exhale for 6. Feel your chest and throat relax. That sensation is the sound of composure. Practice under low stakes for a week and notice how your voice changes under pressure. 1-minute resets you can use anywhere. The label. Whisper to yourself. I'm feeling triggered. Labels lower intensity. The question. What outcome do I want in the next 60 seconds? Choose one. Clarity, boundary, or exit. The anchor. Press thumb to forefinger while you speak. It keeps your pace from racing. The zoom out. Picture the scene from the ceiling. What would the wiser version of you do next? Do that. Case studies you'll recognize. Case A. The meeting monologue. One person dominates, and risky assumptions slide through. When the key assumption appears, you enter with, I understand your point, but I disagree. Here's a risk we're underestimating. You stop talking. The group re-engages with ideas instead of personalities. Case B. The family spiral. Old debates resurface over the table. Jokes sharpen. Voices tighten. Your pulse spikes. You place a boundary. Let's talk when we can do so respectfully. I'm going to step outside for a moment. Later, in a calmer space, you revisit the topic. The relationship stays intact because you valued connection over a win. Case C. The comment section trap. A stranger misreads your post and demands a defense. You reply once. That's your opinion. And I respect it, but I don't share it. You add, I won't be debating this further here. Then you log off. Result. Your attention returns to people and projects that actually move your life forward. How this becomes habit. These phrases are not just words. They're habits of mind. Install them the way you install any skill. Repetition, reflection, and small stakes practice. Use them at the coffee shop, not just the boardroom. Try them on a calm day, not just in a crisis. Mastery arrives when your nervous system trusts the script enough to deploy it without drama. Conclusion. Simple words, steady tone, clear lines. Together, they form a quiet code of self-respect. You don't have to dominate a room to lead it. You can lead by modeling composure, drawing clean boundaries, and staying loyal to your values under pressure. That's the heartbeat of Stoicism drive. Your challenge this week. Choose one phrase and use it in a real moment, at work, at home, online, or with a stranger. Then return and post your pledge in the comments. I choose respect. If this helped you today, tap like, subscribe to Stoicism Drive, share your experience below, and send this video to someone who's ready to trade noise for clarity. Philosophy becomes power when we practice it together.